Finnish winters. Dark, gruesome, and depressing, or fascinating, magical winter wonderland? Is it either? Is it neither? Is it both? It's all about Finnish winter, guys, today. In this video, coming to you directly from Finland, we will sort it all out. My preliminary answer, it's both. It can be gruesome and depressing, but it also can be fascinating and magical. It all depends on whether you can make most out of the 4 or so months of so-called winter magic. In this video, I will share with you not only how to survive the Finnish winters, but also how to flourish during them. Speaking from personal experience, self-tested, top 10 tips to survive Finnish winter. Try this at home. Tip number 1, coffee. Always coffee and then some more coffee. Coffee gets you up and moving and grooving potentially. Depends on how much of it you take. It's certainly something to look forward to on cold, at times freezing, and invariably dark winter mornings. Gives comfort and strength to get you through the day. Statistics show that coffee consumption in Finland approaches 12 kilograms per person per year, approximately 4 cups of coffee per day. By some estimates, the highest consumption in the world, and I totally get it. Finnish drink mostly light roasted filtered coffee, nothing super fancy, but still really great coffee. I drink my coffee exclusively from mumming mugs, as any self-respecting Finn would. That makes the world kinder, warmer, and lighter. Each of my mugs has a story and philosophical quote associated with them. For example, Moomins never give up, they power through. The present moment is perfect as it is, enjoy it, and stay adventurous. Tip number 2, warmth and light are your best friends during the Finnish winters. A warm house makes a hell of a difference. When it's minus 20, 25, 30 degrees outside, being comfortable at home is essential not only to physical survival, but also mental survival during the winter days. Wool is your friend. Socks, sweaters, whatever you can find, stay warm and cozy. Extra light is essential. Create ambience with candles. Candlelight calms the mind, improves the mood. Certain candles can even activate serotonin and dopamine production. That's what we want in dark winter days to support a positive mood. The darkness throughout the winter months gets into you, no question. The key to use as many different sources of light as possible to fool your brain into thinking all is good. Tip number 3, nothing is more Finnish than Finnish sauna. Sauna is the most Finnish of all Finnish things. No wonder there are more saunas than cars in the country. Nothing gets you back to life on the dark winter days as few hours of sauna would. With some soft lolu, that's when you add water to the stove, providing both physical and mental health benefits. Nothing beats sauna when it comes to surviving the winters. It detoxes you, increases metabolism, blood circulation, reduces pain, makes you both happy and relaxed. The list goes on. So without a doubt, in winter, sauna is your go-to best ever therapy. Finland, it's a place of peaceful contemplation, tranquility, and mindfulness. On top of all that, if you have an option to dip in a hole of ice or fresh snow, you're golden. That's the best source of natural high I know. You'll certainly feel awake and alive, and that's what's missing at times, especially during the winter season. Tip number 4, daylight. Definitely make the most of it. Depending on where you are in Finland, you may or may not have daylight. Normally, if you're not all the way to Lapland, you probably would have a few hours of daylight. It's very limited, therefore it's crucial to make the most of it. Try to spend as much of light hours as you can outside. Take walks, ski, barbecue. There'll be a whole chapter on barbecue. Yes, it is possible to do barbecue in minus 20, 25. I've done it myself. A bit extreme, but definitely fun. Dress warmly, venture outside, check out the forest. It's stunning with snow-covered trees, can be very beautiful walk. If it's not completely freezing, you may even want to go for a short run. There are a lot of health benefits associated with spending time outside, even in freezing weathers. According to some research, especially in freezing weathers, there's a lot to be gained there. Now that we are already outside, tip number 5, stay outside. Let's go for a barbecue. That's one of our favorite activities, to go for barbecue in the freezing minus 20, minus 25. I guess you appreciate warm housing much more afterwards. But anyway, there's a lot of fun in going for barbecues in winter. We usually go for this prepared huts, and in Finland it's really, really cool that you have the area prepared and there is wood for you. Sometimes even matches would be there for you, so you don't have to do much. They're also prepared barbecue set, the place to actually, fry your sausages, or as Finnish say, makkara. So we started the fire. Wasn't particularly difficult. I mean, I wasn't doing it. It seemed quite easy, but I don't know if it was more difficult than it looked. So set the fire, hanged out in the forest for about maybe 20 minutes, half an hour before the fire went down a little bit, and prepared for the barbecue. These are the classic ingredients for the Finnish barbecue. So we got all of the traditional stuff here. The sausages, I have vegetarian ones, and the dark bread that we really like. Coffee, as always. We're gonna have some marshmallows and mustard. Not with marshmallows, mustard is for the sausages. And of course, freshly brewed, very, very hot coffee that cools on an impact, so you can drink it right away without even waiting for it to cool. And of course, marshmallows. Fried marshmallows. When you try it once, fried marshmallow, you would probably think that eating marshmallows raw is a huge waste. That's what I started thinking after I tried some. It's really cool when it's windy. If you sit in that hut, it actually is much, much better, because on some days it can be very, very windy. Usually around every small or big city, or even around every village, there'll be 5-6 different makkara places, as they call them in Finland. So you can always go to different ones, and there's a lot of value associated with that, because of course different landscapes make you feel different, and it is quite adventurous. In this particular barbecue trip, it was minus 20, 25, I think, but with wind. Or maybe it was minus 15, but it felt like minus 25 because of the wind. I don't remember, but my tears were freezing on my cheeks. And hot tea, coffee, whatever I had there, made literally no difference. But there was quite a bit of a difference to be gained if you sit again inside of the hut. On the windy weather, it makes quite a bit of a difference. Again, fairly classic barbecue here. Sausages for me, obviously vegan as always. And I also barbecued a bit of paprika, bread, rye bread, obviously we're in Finland, and onions, which was really cool. To us, it felt a couple of times as we were in Arctic. We were part of the Arctic research team or something. It was that cold. But the sky was stunning. The forest is very beautiful. The sunset was amazing. It usually lasts for a while. So there's a lot of beauty in it. It is a bit extreme, as I said, but returning back home, after that, you'd appreciate your central heating and the gifts of civilization much more than you ever did before, I think. Tip number 6, enjoy the snow. You have a lot of it. You might as well embrace it. It is magical. It's beautiful. It's clean and bright and fluffy, and allows for many great activities such as skiing or sledging or whatever else comes to mind. Snowball fights. Cross-country skiing is a national pastime in Finland. Nearly all municipalities maintain ski tracks that are lit at night, so it doesn't matter that it gets dark at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You can still enjoy your ski trip. In Finland, skiing marathons are very common with 60 or so kilometers and 5,000 participants. Never tried. Try to do some sledging, which is fun. I usually get pulled around and I really enjoy it. Use different tracks, try to find different areas that you would like to check out. The nature is beautiful in Finland, regardless of the season, as I said. And what's truly fascinating is that underneath the snow cover, it's always green. Everything stays green. So instead of, I don't know, it feels very hopeful that you could see that life is still there. Summer's coming back, not to worry. Another thing that I really enjoy is going to local coffee shops. This kind of a true authentic Finnish coffee shops. They're usually wooden, they look like traditional old houses, usually fireplace, and they invariably serve coffee and pulla and Finnish pancakes and Finnish munki, this kind of donuts. All of them are really, really good if you're nice. This one was actually really, really good. Like objectively, I loved it. So try different pastries and coffee after a long hot chocolate if you prefer in the afternoon after a long ski trip. It certainly, I don't know, again, gives you a bit of a natural high there. In Finnish food, of course, any warm dishes goes. I love stews and Finnish soups. They certainly warm you up in the winter, so try to go heavy on this kind of a nice warm dishes in the winter. It really does make a difference for me at least. Aurora makes a hell of a difference if you're lucky enough and it's not cloudy. Check some of these websites, there are apps that give you forecasts, literally like weather forecasts, whether or not you are to expect an aurora activity. And in order to catch it, you really, especially if you're not very, very much to the north, you have to check to see it. There's nothing like aurora. It beats any and every fireworks you've ever seen. And finally, indulge. Yes, it's a slow season. Yes, everything is frozen. Yes, there's technically nothing to do. But so what? You can stay at home with impunity. You can get under blanket. You can get into bathtub with your favorite book, a glass of wine, a whole bunch of cakes. You know, go for it. It's winter. You lose all of those extra pounds, kilograms during the summer. And yeah, knock yourself out. You know, enjoy a bunch of movies, make a list of movies you want to watch, the books you want to read, and whatever else comes to mind. And finally, observe the birds. The birds in Finland are absolutely stunning. A lot of the houses actually keep the small bird feeding stations that would allow you to observe very, very beautiful birds of Finland. Some of them are rare, which makes it a great experience in and out of itself. I absolutely love watching birds. In some of the houses that I've been to, the feeding stations are so close that it's literally like less than a meter away from the window. And if you don't move too much, you don't make sudden moves, then birds are not afraid, so you can actually watch them. So these were my top 10 tips on how to survive and thrive during the Finnish winter. I hope you found them helpful. Let me know if I've missed something. Maybe you have better tips on how to do that. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to check out of my Finnish videos. Take a look in the description below. There'll be plenty of links. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to subscribe and see you soon.